Hello everybody, how are you? You're all interested for the Divine Masculine reading for this week. I haven't done anything last week because I was in transitioning from moving, from getting grounded, getting with the energies, and I'm finally here grounded, feeling great. And well, let's see, we're heading to Beltane. What's going on with the Divine Masculine in his mind space in this week. And his mind space is turning within. He is turning inside because he wants to follow and see what's going on with his emotions. Where is he getting stuck? Where is his knowledge? What does he want with his knowledge, his inner knowing? And how is he going to get it outside of himself to the outside world? So he will shine his light within to examine what's going on within him and then bring it back to the outside. He is really acknowledging himself. And it could be that because of the healing, he starts to see things in different ways. He starts to get more information from his higher self about what is going on, how he can change things within himself, how he can change things for the people around him, how does he can change things for himself, because that's the most thing that has priority at the moment. You know, his knowledge. And that's why he probably retreats, go within, going soul searching. What is going to be good for him? Okay, so let's see, how does he see his divine feminine? He is seeing her as the Emperor, that she has the knowledge within herself, that she can restrain herself, that she is a sovereign being, that she can be who she is and can be on her own, standing on her own, having this inner power, having this inner knowledge that everything will be okay. And that she has trust in the Divine Masculine, but also trust in herself. It also could be that the Divine Feminine is having, will upset a lot of people because she is following her own path. She is following her journey. And she is standing for herself and not really needing anyone, but wanting something around her to do the things with her. You know, to be in a union or to be in a relationship, but standing on her own. And this is how the Divine Masculine see her. That she can hold herself. That she doesn't need the Divine Masculine to take care of her. He wants to take care of her. That's one of his priorities. He wants to take care of her, but he don't want her to be clinging. He don't want her to be needy. And that's what he sees within the Divine Feminine, that she is independent, and that she can hold and grounding herself and doing her journey and doing her things on her own. And that's very powerful. That's how he sees her. There's a lot of power and a lot of inner knowledge, a lot of strength within her. What is his higher self saying? His higher self saying, I have a lot of burdens to carry. And I need to release those burdens for myself. I don't want to bother you with my burdens. You are not the one that has to carry my burdens. And the independent woman and the feminine, what I see here, is not wanting to carry his burdens. Because these burdens are not mine. These burdens are yours to carry. It's your karma. It's your journey. It's your trauma. It's your emotion. And that's what you need to solve. And he wants to carry it on his own. Because he don't want to bother the Divine Feminine with his burdens. So he says, okay, I'm going to carry it. His higher self says, this is something you need to carry on your own. Because you can't burden someone else with your process. So he is very mature in that. He's very... he really acknowledges this. And that means that he is in his mature and authentic masculine energy. And now this is a masculine on a healing journey. What is in his heart space? What is in the heart space of the Divine Masculine? Wow. The Seven of Cups. Options. He knows that there are many options. He knows that his Divine Feminine is there. His options is that he's fulfilling his own cup. And he knows when his own cup is full, that other things will come his way. So it could be that he is having projects, that there is work to be done, that love is coming around, money. And he knows that when his cup is full, that he can fulfill all these other cups on his own, that he doesn't need the Divine Feminine to fill that for him. And he wants to create his own abundance. He wants to open more doors for himself to see that he can make a space and that he can build for the Divine Feminine a space of creation, but also a space of harmony, a space to relax, a space to come home to. And this is what he is doing. This is what he's looking for. You know, it could be that he is trying to eat better, to exercise more, to be more in harmony with himself, to be in this space of his heart and searching his heart and saying, okay, You know, I'm going to work on this, I'm going to do this, and then I'm opening up to all the other possibilities that will come my way. And he also knows that with the Divine Feminine, everything is opening up next to him. I see victory, I see... it could be that he's also very insecure about the love for the Divine Feminine, and he wants the reaction of the Divine Feminine, waiting for her to open up. But he also knows that when he's interacting with the Divine Feminine, more doors will open, more creation will come, more connection with God, more connection with Spirit, you know, more connection with the Goddess, whatever you take in your religion. Okay, there's one flipping out. What does he want from the Divine Feminine? He wants peace. He wants rest. He wants her to back off, to give him space to rest. It could be that he doesn't see things clearly at the moment for himself. So it means that he wants to take more rest, take more space for himself. And that's how his higher self wants from her, you know. It's like he is talking to her in the 5th dimension. I know you're thinking of me. I know that you want to communicate with me, but I'm not ready to come open in it. I want to give you some relief. I want to give you some reaction. I want to give you what I can give, but I'm not ready to give you what I need, because at the moment I need rest. I need to be reassured myself that I can recuperate, that I have time for myself to release everything that I've been through. It could be that there is an illness. It could be that there were distractions. It could be that he needs to heal himself from trauma, from wounds, from situations, and he is thinking about it. And that he needs the time and space to heal. And I hear the Divine Feminine will take that in consideration. Okay. How does he see the relationship with the Divine Feminine? How does he see the relationship with the Divine Feminine? I also hear he is looking out for her. He is looking, where is she? Well, there are really a lot of energies here. He sees the relationship with this Divine Feminine as a victory, as moving forward, as I'm coming in and I'm coming out as the conqueror. I will be victorious with her next to me. I can be victorious on my own, but I can also be victorious with her in a relationship. And it could mean on all levels. It could mean that that after he has rest and, you know, sort out the burdens and take more rest and seize the opportunities with her. And because of the rest and the space they have between them, he sees it as a victory. He sees, wow, This is someone I can rely on, that doesn't need me, that is okay by herself, can take care of herself. And that will give me a victorious feeling, because if something happens and that comes between us, then I know that she will be okay on her own. Okay, what is his block? His block is to take the leap of faith. And it could be that there are some insecurities here. That's what I mentioned before. Some insecurities, not knowing if the Divine Feminine is really want to work this out with him, is really wanting this relationship with him, is really wanting this union. You know, he wants to take that leap of faith, but he also thinks he needs more time, and that time will heal, so he can take a leap of faith and seeing the things as they are. You know, it's not like every step they make them come closer together. And every step they take together towards each other, opening up their hearts, having honest conversations, having fun together, you know, that is creating the energy of a new start, of a new leap of faith. That's how he sees the relationship with her. It could be that he can have everything, you know, and that could be the spirituality, it could be the love connection, it could be the humor, it could be same thoughts, same interests. They feed each other on a mentally basis. They feed each other on all sides. And that's at the moment what is blocking him. You know, it blocks him to take that leap of faith, and it could be of the insecurity that's plays out. Okay? How will he solve this? How will he solve this? What is he going to do about this block? What is he going to do about this block? I'm working with jumpers. So, yeah, there it comes. Communication. What is he going to do about this block? He's going to communicate. He is showing her that they have the same interest, and flying on the, could be that they're not really on the same level, flying on the same level, but they're circling around each other, and that the communication is key. It could be that, you know, he has the knowledge, he has the mental knowledge, that I hear the energy of the mental knowledge and knowing within himself that some blocks and some burdens needs to be released, but also needs to be communicated. He wants to keep the communication open to make the new foundation. Maybe you can see it here. To make the new foundation, you know, coming to a triangle, getting out of the triangle, and wanting to be free, you know, independent and free. And that's exactly the same what the Divine Feminine is doing. She's independent and free. And he's communicating the things that he wants for his Divine Feminine, or a lot of communication. that will get him over his insecurity. It could mean that he is addressing her, that he is trying to get in deeper, on a deeper level. What do you want out of a relationship? How do you see a relationship? And I see he's opening up some more for himself, okay? Like, oh, this is what I want in a relationship. But is that what she wants in a relationship? And he is getting his antennas out. That's what I hear. He's getting his antennas out to feel, you know, if she's on the same level as that he is, with communication, with how she thinks about relationship, how she thinks about love, how she sees about other things in life, you know. And he's communicating. It could be that they're sending songs to each other. It could be that they still have communication, but on a different level. It could be by email, it could be by Facebook, it could be by other social media. And that's what how they communicate with each other. Okay. Where is his focus at the moment? Where is his focus at? Oh, his focus is on a broken heart. It could be that he is healing from a broken heart. It could be that he was, okay, that he was really, really interested to make it with his divine feminine. And it could be that she broke his heart. Because of the, I hear unconscious knowledge. He didn't have the knowledge as he has now. Spirit or his guides or his energy of his higher self showed him what caused this separation, what caused this energy of a broken heart. Because he doesn't want to have a broken heart from the divine feminine. It could be because of ignorance. It could be that he played with her feelings, played with, ghosting her or putting her aside or gaslighting or whatever. And he also knows when he hurts the divine feminine that he hurts himself in the process. So the burden and going within is about healing his heart. And that's where his focus is. His focus is on healing his heart. But knowing, or healing his body, that's also possible. But I feel also grief with this, I feel the grief and the loss of the divine feminine, not being around me anymore, not feeling her beside me, not feeling her in my space. Sorry guys, didn't have my dinner yet. So I was in ceremony all day. But that is what's going on. He is healing his broken heart. And that's really, he don't want to fight. And he knows that he is the one that caused this. He knows now, because he probably wanted, you know, this is also, you know, the card of backstabbing, of hurting, you know, the divine feminine, or, you know, to push her away, to fight this energy. And it's too much disagreement. That's what I also hear, too much disagreement. And I hear, because of the unawareness, not being aware, he is playing the 3D game, you know, and not aware that he will, you know, with hurting the divine feminine, or hurting also himself in the process, about the unawareness. And I see he's getting the awareness now, and now he's fighting himself, you know, and the relationship, where would it go, this relationship? This relationship is just out of disagreement, fighting, not being eye to eye with each other, because it's coming from the mind. It's not coming from the heart space. Love is accepting everything. Love is forgiving. Love is, and that's why it could be that this is a push and pull relationship, you know, that one is pushing the other away, then coming back again in, pushing away. But this is the twin flame journey. This is the journey of every time when they come together, and when they come in closer, something else will be healed. And he doesn't want to fight anymore. Divine feminine doesn't want to fight anymore. So there needs to be more maturing in this relationship. And being mature means you don't push on the hurt buttons, you know. If you keep on pushing on the hurt buttons, you know, and you know it, you know that your divine feminine is healing from it, and you're pushing it again, and you're pushing it again, you know that you will get a reaction out of it. Oh, what did I saw? Yeah, the truth will set you free, but it really hurts. It's really painful when you hear the truth, but it will set you free when you speak your truth. And yeah, truth is always painful, but it will set you free. So that's what the divine feminine did. She set herself free. And this is what the divine masculine should do. Set himself free. Stop with the fighting himself. Start forgiving himself. Start forgiving himself of making the things wrong for his divine feminine. To be mature about it and come up front. Okay. How does he feels with the union? How does he feels on the union? How does he feel on the union? Strength. Oh my gosh. New beginning. He wants a new beginning. He wants to feel that powerful energy. He wants to feel her around him. He knows this is a powerful connection. He knows this is passionate, that they are meant for each other, that they are that they are powerful together. That's how he sees the union with the Divine Feminine. It's light, it's spirituality, it's knowing, it's inner knowledge. It could be that they have different paths, different religions, but they know that it's all coming from the same source, and that they can take each other's views and not judge it, but taking it in a different level, taking it into a higher ground, into not judging, but accepting each other, how they think and how they feel. So this is on a higher level way of thinking. This is not a 3D way thinking. This is God speaking. This is Goddess speaking. And follow what they say, what they both want, the masculine and the feminine, what combines them and will bring them back in union. You know, it's the belief. It's the belief in a higher source. Okay. What combines them both? What combines them both? Magic. Yeah. Magic, new world, new start, new beginning. The whole cycle went through. They're all together. The whole cycle is through. You know, they're starting on a new world. And they know that they both manifested this. They both know they can manifest this. Manifest this in their lives. Manifesting the world. Manifesting the glory, the harmony, the passion, the sexuality, the love. They know they can manifest it all. But it's all about how is your mindset? How's the mindset? It's the mindset just on survival of wounds that are not healed. It could also mean that they both know what the wounds are of the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine. And they contemplate each other, that Divine Feminine heals the Divine Masculine, and Divine Masculine is healing the Divine Feminine. And that's how they work together, you know. What brings them together? I hear Divine Feminine needs to be more vulnerable, you know. And I also hear the Divine Masculine now sees that the Divine Feminine is more vulnerable, trying to do her best and opening up. And what will bring them together? Wow, the magic. The magic will bring them together. The circle will close. It's almost there. The circle is almost closing here. So it means that the karmic cycle is done. The karmic cycle is done. And that they are starting a new cycle. And that's what they both manifested in their lives. If you see it on his belt, he has a 7. And that's God's number. It's God's number, God's lucky number. That says, okay, we're ready. I'm ready to close this circle, to come together with you and try a magical new start. But it needs more time, it needs more space to heal. It needs get out of the fighting, acceptance from each other, you know, both carrying their own burdens, carrying their own wounds, healing their own wounds, and taking responsibility to heal those wounds. And see your own light, see your own stubbornness, see your own, but also forgive yourself. I hear forgive yourself for the things that you haven't seen. Now the critical mind of and the truth of the divine feminine really broke the heart of the divine masculine, because he wasn't aware of what was going on in his unconsciousness. Unawareness, unaware behavior is leading you to hurt. And sometimes they're both not aware of what they do to each other, you know, and it's take a learning phase. Every time when you come together, you learn. Every time you hurt, but you learn from that hurt and you let go of that hurt. And you forgive each other for that. And that's the unconditional love. There's where the unconditional love comes in. About forgiving yourself, about forgiving the other person, and leveling up. And that's the whole twin flame journey. And this is where the divine masculine is at the moment. But the cycle is closing. It could be, you know, that he needed to make a decision and to see if the divine feminine could pass the test. You know, did she pass the test? And that's the same for the divine masculine. Did he pass the test? You know, and if you're not aware, you know, you won't pass the test, because you get yourself up for failure. But from that unconditional space of love, you can forgive, you can heal, and you can be more aware. And when you're aware that you had a lesson to learn, because that's what they both do, you know, divine feminine and the divine masculine, they learning each other how to be aware of each other's wounds, of each other's, I don't want to say needs. Well, it is a need, you know. What do you need in a relationship? What are your requirements to step into a relationship with a masculine? If you give your requirements that you have certain things that you need in a relationship to flourish, and if you give that to your divine masculine, he can make a choice before you enter a relationship. Do I have it in me to fulfill those needs, to fulfill those requirements? Or is it too much work for me? Then I can move on. Then the divine feminine can move on and find someone who can require those needs. So before you're entering a relationship, know what your needs are. Because a relationship just based on lust or based on neediness or based on trauma bonding wounds won't last. And it has to do with knowing yourself, knowing what you want in your life. You don't want to have the same shit all over again, and you healed the wounds, just like the Divine Masculine healed his wounds. Don't want a Divine Feminine in his life that are pushing all or ripping open all those wounds again. So it counts for both. So be as much aware, and you can be aware because of communication. And that's what you saw with the Divine Masculine in this card. He is coming in with communication. He wants to communicate with the Divine Feminine. He wants to be open. He wants to explain. He wants to know. Without getting into a relationship, without knowing where it's going to go, without any requirements, without any knowing what you need in a relationship with someone who can't give it to you, it's up for failure. So then you're maybe 3, sometimes people are 12 years down the road and there is still no marriage, no engagement, because you didn't explain your requirements to the Divine Masculine, and he's just taking it for granted. It's like, okay, I have everything I need. But because of the Divine Feminine or the Divine Masculine didn't give their needs, you know, you're fishing behind the net. And that's, you know, if you have yeah, okay, thank you. It's also about give it a new chance. Give it a chance. Give it a chance. And be grounded. Don't go in clouds with it. Like when you see a masculine for the first time and you really hit it off and you had a good time together, don't make it all romantic right away in your mind space. Don't give it any meaning. Because when you are thinking about it with, oh, this could be my lover and he is like this and oh, he has everything I need. What do you want from that man? Do you want a commitment? And if you don't know if he wants to commit to you or wants to be independent, if your Divine Masculine wants to be independent and you want a commitment, well, you're in for a big, big surprise. And you will find out in the long run. And then you were hurt. But you're hurt because you didn't ask. So if there is a Divine Masculine coming up to you and the Divine Feminine wants to know how the Divine Masculine is thinking, she needs to ask him. And if he can't come to her requirements and she can't deal with his requirements, then be friends and walk on and wait and look for someone else that is more suitable for you. Thank you so much. If you want your own Divine Masculine reading for your Divine Masculine, where he's standing, how the relationship between you both are doing, you know, let me know. I'm open for readings next week. And you find everything in the description box below. There is a Divine Union, Master Union retreat for Beltane coming up. So if you want a Beltane retreat in Glastonbury, you know, there is still space available. One space available, I hear. One space available for the Beltane retreat. If you want to enjoy the union between the masculine and the feminine, and you want to know more about this twin flame journey, you want to know more about the rituals we're going to do on the land, to the power places, to get more in your inner strength, and how to get your requirements known to yourself. Because most of the divine feminine don't know what they want. They just see the Disney fairy tale and they think everything will be happy, honky, dory, dory. So know what your requirements are, know what your strengths are. And if you are interested in this retreat, go to the description box below and send me a message. And I see you next time. Bye-bye.